Rob, the dispute, so to speak, with the House of Praise behind you, how did it all happen and how can it be resolved?
Well, what initially happened was sometime last year, they moved on site. Residents, no one really noticed. There was a very loud congregation one particular evening, went on for way over 24 hours. The local council came, did their out-of-hours noise complaints, and then had complaints from residents that there were cars coming and going all hours of the day and night, and vast numbers of them as well. The chap's got a congregation of 150 adults plus children, sometimes a lot more, so sometimes you're looking at 50-60 cars coming in, 50-60 cars going out, plus there's a similar church just around the corner here, so the traffic can get quite congested. You probably noticed on your way in it can be quite busy. That started it off. We found out they didn't have planning permission, so he's gone through the planning application, and of course he's looking for a place of worship in the middle of an industrial estate. It's not really the most ideal place. Since I've turned up here, we've had people dropping large pieces of metal, we've had lots of vehicles, lots of vans, lots of cars come through here, and it'd be terrible if someone comes out from the congregation, a lorry tips its load, or a kiddie runs out in front. That's why these planning rules are set up, really.
In many ways, would you say, as a local councillor, is it sometimes like a test case for community cohesion, though? It's almost as if somebody said, right, sort this one out.
It is. You quite often get into what a wider neighbourhood dispute, really. Little Thurrock is, well, certainly the industrial area is not the place to have a church. Speaking to the pastor here yesterday, he's looking for premises that can hold 200 plus people. Now, there's not many places in Thurrock that can really accommodate that size congregation, unless it happens to be big warehouses. Unfortunately, big warehouses is not a place you should have a church. So we are working with him, or the council's certainly working with him, as am I, to try and find a suitable location nearby to try and house his congregation. Of course, it's not just a congregation he's got here, he's also doing some workshops to try and get youngsters into training, into work. And these are the kind of things you've got to support. So quite often it's in a way a bit of bittersweet victory. You've got, unfortunately, the guy's got to move out. The noise is going to go away, the car's going to go away, but unfortunately he's got workshops that, when they start being used, are going to put kids into training, and we start sort of upping their prospects of getting a job. But on the plus side, I've spoken to one of the other business residents, he may be able to accommodate the workshops, so it's a partial success on behalf of that resident, and of course for the rest of the residents that have been complaining of the noise and the traffic, a victory for them also.
And you're up for re-election next week. You've been doing the hard yards around your ward. Is it hard in a ward like this? Is that sometimes you're defined by what you're against, so to speak? In that first time I think we met 4 years ago, 3 years ago, it was with the DC's plans, and then it's at Mars.
Yeah.
And is it quite hard in a ward like this to be proactive, so to speak?
Not really. There are still those issues. The Little Thurrock has got this one problem, which is Towers Road. Everything has grown up around Towers Road, life has moved on. We've now got residents pretty much all the way around it. So yeah, I'm still against the inappropriate building here and on the green belt. But on the plus side, I was for the new park in Gledhill. That was a great success. The 66 bus route, 3-4 months after I came in, great success. Working on possibly a new bus route to go up towards the top of the ward. New work again in the dip-in. And also looking for a new community area for everybody to come together. We've got the Scout Hut, which is the roof is falling off pretty much, and it's either put £20,000 to £50,000 into a new roof, or look for a whole new premises that not only the Scouts can use, but the football teams can use, and really get the community back into sort of one area, so there's something for everyone. Knocking on doors, everyone is in favour of it. There is a plan, a much bigger plan to sort of get that to happen. It does take